Excuse me, is anybody there? Is this Robbie's wife's phone number?
Huh? Robbie?
Are you Melissa? I was wondering if you could help me out. I really want you to hurry up and divorce Robbie. I'm tired of waiting.
What are you talking about? I don't even know who you are.
I'm Robbie's girlfriend, soon to be bride. As soon as you hurry up and divorce him, we can't get married yet because you're still in the way. Robbie says that we can't get married yet because he's stuck with an old woman like you, even though he's always saying that he's already sick and tired of you because you're so old. He really loves me. So I think we deserve to be together, but because of you, we can't. Don't you feel even a little sorry for getting in our way? If you do, then I'd be really, really grateful if you would just disappear. And to be honest, I pity you for having to stay with a husband that doesn't even love you anymore. So it's really for your own sake, too. It'll be better for you and for us if you just get the divorce over and done with. Trust me.
That's a rude way to introduce yourself. By Robbie, do you mean my husband Robert? He hates being called by a nickname.
Yeah, but he loves it when I call him Robbie. It just shows you how differently he feels about me. Anyway, I need you to hurry up and divorce him. I want to marry Robbie as soon as possible so that I can live in your beautiful mansion. I can't live there unless I'm married to Robbie, and I can't marry him until you divorce him. So, would you get out of my way already? I've been waiting for months for Robbie to ask you for a divorce, and he's been telling me that he's been looking for the right timing, but I'm already sick of waiting. I want to live in that house as soon as possible, so can you make things easier for all of us and just leave? Pretty please?
Can you tell me what your name is first?
My name is Amelia. It would be great to get to know you, but unfortunately, I'm not interested. I'm only interested in your house and your husband. Why do you need to know my name?
Listen, Amelia, can we talk first? I get the feeling from the way you talk that you're pretty young. Can I ask how old you are?
Oh, I know, because I am young. Much, much younger than you. But don't worry, I'm not a minor. I've just turned 20 this year.
What? You're 20 years old?
I'm young, right? You must be so jealous. Don't you think it would be amazing if I could live in a house as great as yours at this age? I wouldn't have to think about paying any loans or stuff like that. Plus, Robbie's gonna be the next CEO at his company, right? I'll never have to work a day in my life. He'll take care of me and we'll live happily ever after. I'll be living the dream like a celebrity once I marry Robbie.
Do you even know how old Robbie is? Are you sure you want to spend the rest of your life with a man that could be your father?
Of course I know how old he is. He's 43, right? He's a little older, but that's no problem. I'm going to be able to live easy for the rest of my life. It's so worth it. I want to brag to all my friends about it, so could you chop with the divorce?
Oh, it's just one shock after another. Oh, I can't believe he was actually cheating on me. But it's hilarious that you assume that it's gonna go that well.
What are you talking about? What's so hilarious?
Don't worry. You'll find out later. But I'm warning you. You're going to regret marrying him. I feel bad for you. You've been tricked by a man twice your age. You're still so young. I'm sure you could find someone much better for you, you know? Trust me, it might be better for you to give up on Robbie before it's too late. Before you end up biting off more than you can chew.
Thank you, but I'm really mature for my age, so I think I can handle your husband pretty well. And I know what I want. I want to hurry up and get married so that I don't have to work. You get me on that point, right? That's the main reason why anyone gets married, really.
No. I think there are a lot of other more important reasons. Like love? But why should I care about why you want to marry Robbie? More importantly, you should think this through a bit more carefully. This is your life we're talking about. How about your parents? What do they think about this? Have you told them that you're planning on marrying a man that you've been having an affair with? Oh my god! You are so much more annoying than Robbie told me! Just because you're older than me doesn't mean you can treat me like a child, you know? Who cares about what my parents think? This is my life. I'll do whatever I want and get whatever I want, no matter what it takes. So I'm telling you nicely. Will you please get out of my future husband's house, you boring old woman? It's simple, really. You just have to get some divorce papers and sign on the dotted line. So, would you hurry it up, or do you need someone to help you down the stairs? All right, I'll think about the divorce. After finding out that he's been cheating on me and saying all these things behind my back, I don't feel like I can live with him anymore anyway. But in order to get the divorce over and done with quickly, I'll need your cooperation for some things. If you really want to marry him as soon as possible, I suggest you help me out. What? It sounds like a pain, but fine. What do you want me to do? Can you send me all the things I list in the message below? Did you forget that it's my birthday today? I asked you this morning if you could come home earlier, and you said you would, remember? Where are you? I told you that I had some things I wanted to tell you over dinner. I get that you had to work overtime a lot these last few months, but can't you at least make it home for my birthday?
Oh, it was your birthday? I completely forgot. To be honest, I don't even care anymore. I don't have anything to say to you. But I do have a surprise for you. It's a present for your 45th birthday.
What? Really? I told you you didn't have to get me anything. I thought I made it clear that I didn't want anything from you.
It's really no problem. It didn't cost me anything. You'll really be surprised when you hear what it is. I'm looking forward to seeing your reaction. For your birthday, I'm going to be giving you back your maiden name.
What's that supposed to mean?
I've already filed the divorce papers and we're officially divorced. In other words, your present is your maiden name. Now, this may be really sudden, but I'm planning on getting remarried to this girl that I've fallen in love with. She's much younger and prettier than you, so I'm going to be a very happy man. I don't need you anymore, so I'm changing you out for a newer model. Which means that you'll have to leave my house. You're in the way of me and my new wife's happy life, so get out.
Seriously? You've already given in the divorce papers on my birthday? I have to praise you for how bold you are. I can't believe you'd actually file the papers without telling me.
What's so hard to believe? You can't think that you actually stand any chance of winning against a younger, better-looking girl. Of course I'd want to leave you after you got this old. I can't even see you as a woman anymore. You look nothing like you used to. Now you're 45 years old. You don't even count as a woman. You don't have any right to call yourself a woman anymore. Women are only women if they're young and beautiful.
Did you know? Humans all age. There is no such thing as eternal youth. People can try and avoid looking older for as long as possible using all sorts of makeup and things nowadays, but you have to embrace the age you've become. I hear that the woman you're planning to marry is still 20, but in 20 years, she'll be 42. She's going to age as well, and I don't even know what she looks like now, but she's not going to look the same, that's for sure. Do you understand that? What are you going to do then? Find another woman that's half your age? But I wonder if any woman that young with any self-respect will want a 60-year-old grandpa that thinks like you do.
Huh? Why do you know how old she is? How do you know about her? This is the first time I've mentioned her to you.
Do you realize you're currently 43 years old? You're already an old man yourself. Aren't you embarrassed to have laid hands on a girl that could be your daughter and tricked her into marrying you?
I haven't tricked her into anything. We're in love. And age doesn't matter when it comes to love. But it was clearly a mistake for me having to marry an older woman like you. Over the years, you've lost all the youth and beauty that you used to have. Such a shame. I used to think that older women were great, but looking back, I was an idiot. There's nothing good about them at all. No matter how you look at it, younger women are much, much better. In every single way.
You're going to regret this if you think that choosing women based on their age and looks is a good idea. If you choose someone for their looks, you'll find out soon enough that they've only chosen you for something equally superficial as well. But it's not like that matters to me at all. It's got nothing to do with me anymore. You'll have to learn your lesson the hard way. I was shocked to hear that you'd filed the divorce papers without telling me, but I guess it doesn't make any difference when and how they're filed. It's not like I wanted us to stay together anyway. But now that it's been made final, you can't come begging me for help when something happens. You'll have to deal with everything by yourself.
Why would I have any problems? I'm going to marry a woman that's 20 years old. Things are going to be much better from now on. I can't take living with an old woman like you anymore. Would you hurry up and just get out? You can go live in a care home for the elderly or something.
You're kicking me out? Really? You can look down on me all you want, but I'm warning you. Things aren't going to work out the way you're expecting them to. Haven't you realized that you're misunderstood about something very important?
What are you talking about? I'm not misunderstood about anything. We're divorced, so I'm taking my home for me and my new wife. If you're at home, then you should just hurry up and get all your things before I get home, or I'll have to throw it all in the trash. Are you trying to buy our time so you can convince me to take you back? Because I'm afraid that is not happening. I'm looking forward to my new life. There's no way I'd want someone like you. You're just gonna embarrass yourself if you start begging, so I guess that you should just give up and accept reality. You lost, now get out!
You're the one that's embarrassing himself. Do you know who this house belongs to? I'm surprised you didn't think about that before you promised your girlfriend that you'd be living here together.
Alright, I understand that this is all really sudden for you, and you're having a hard time accepting that this is happening. You don't want to let go of me because you still love me, but there's no point in trying to get me back. I've already thought all of this through. Personally, I think I'm a genius for coming up with this plan. With the snap of my fingers, you've become the divorced old woman that lost everything she had to a younger woman. And I'm going to be taking everything from you. I'll be living in a mansion with my new young wife, and before long I'll take over as CEO of my company. I have that life that everyone dreams of, but only a few can actually fulfill. Life really is strange, don't you think? To think that it can change so much in just a few hours.
Why are you getting all philosophical? You're not going to get any of that. If anyone's life is going to change for the worse, it's yours.
No, don't be like that, Melissa. I'm sorry that I turned your 45th birthday into the day that you got divorced, but it's really not my fault. That's just how life works. You have to understand anyone would choose a younger woman over a 45-year-old hag if they had the chance. So for the last time, will you please get out of my house?
Fine. If that's what you want, I wish you all the happiness with your new wife.
Finally, I was wondering when you'd give in and accept that you're just not good enough.
I'm glad you seem so delighted, but things aren't going to work out that easily. To be honest, I'm extremely happy that things have worked out in my favor.
I don't understand. Why are you so happy? How is any of this in your favor? You're not working and you don't have any savings of your own. How are you going to make it without me? You've lost everything. You should be a little more worried about what you're gonna do from now on. Or are you still just so shocked that you don't even know what to do? Not like it matters to me. I don't have to bother myself with an old woman like you anymore. I'm gonna go and live a happy life from now on with my beloved new wife.
Yes, I hope you are very happy together, for better or for worse, for richer or for poorer. Though, I wonder if she'll be happy to promise that.
Why do you have to say it like that? If you have something to say, then why don't you just come out and say it? There's no need to be sarcastic.
Well, I already asked you earlier, but let me ask you again. Do you know whose name this house is under?
What do you mean?
You seem really excited about being able to divorce me and spend your new marriage living in this house. But do you even know who this house belongs to? You don't, so let me make it easier for you to understand. This house is under my name. So, would you please hurry up and remove your things before I throw them out in the trash?
Hey, wait a minute, your house? What are you talking about? Are you delusional or something? There's no way it could be your house. You don't even have a job. How could you be the owner of this house? It's impossible. Don't you understand something as simple as that? You really must be desperate to do anything to keep a hold of the house since you don't even get work. Well, I've got bad news for you. It's not yours, so get out. Do you understand? Get out!
You can insult me all you like, but it's the truth. It's my house. You're not being serious, are you? I won't let you say that you didn't know that it wasn't my property. Don't you remember just how much you actually owe me and my family? You do know who bought this house, don't you?
Oh crap, I just remembered. It was your dad.
Exactly. You didn't even try to keep up with the monthly payments to my dad, making excuses about how things were tight with money, and I believed you too. But now I know about your girlfriend and all the things you were up to behind my back. I know now that was a lie too. You just weren't bothered to pay my dad back and have been practically living in this lovely house for free. This property was bought for us by my dad. In other words, we're only living here because my dad allowed us to stay in this house. He was kind enough to give you leeway and time to pay him back, but you literally cheated your way out of it. Well, since I'm his daughter, the contract states that the property is in my name, so it's my right to tell you to get out.
Yeah, that may be true, but you don't need this house, do you? Especially not a house this big. It's a waste for you to live here by yourself, and I doubt you'll find anyone who will want to marry an old woman like you, so you really will be living here by yourself until you die. You should give it to me, since I'll be living here with my new wife. We'll put it to good use. I have a right to it too. I've been living here for over 10 years. You should just give it to me.
No, I refuse to let you take my house from me. I'm keeping it.
Why won't you let me have it? I won't ask for anything else. You can think of it as a settlement, yeah.
Why should I have to give it up to you? I have no obligation to give you anything. You're the one that was cheating on me and filed the divorce papers without warning me. You're the one that owes me compensation and should be settling alimony payments. Trust me when I say that I will be taking this to court to make sure I get everything I deserve after all the years I've supported you. I am not at fault at all in this situation, so why should I give you my house after everything you've taken from me? You must be stupid if you think that you're owed anything. Go ahead and ask anyone you know if I'm the one that's being difficult. I'm pretty sure that they'll all agree with me that you're the one that should be handing over anything and everything you have.
So, what, you're seriously going to kick me out of the house?
I'm certainly not going to let you live here with me anymore. That girlfriend of yours seemed to be more interested in the house and the lifestyle you were promising her rather than you yourself. So I'm looking forward to what will happen when she finds out that you won't be living here after you get married. But I imagine that you won't even have the chance to get your tux on before she runs away. The second you tell her that this house doesn't belong to you, she'll lose all interest and go hunting for her next prey. Too bad for you. I really do pity you.
What did you just say? There's no way that'll happen. In that case, I don't even need the house. Even if we can't live in this mansion, Amelia and I still love each other. We'll be happy no matter where we live. She loves me for who I am, not for what I can give her. Besides, I have money, so I can always just buy another house if that's what Amelia wants. I'll get her a better house, and have an interior designer set up the house exactly the way that she wants it. Yeah, that's what I'll do. I'll make her happier than giving her a house that's already been lived in by an old woman like you.
Is that so? All right, do your best. I hope everything goes the way you imagine it will, though I highly doubt it.
I don't need you to cheer me on. I can easily make Amelia happy.
Really? Even if you don't have a job? Do you really think you can buy a house without a stable income?
What? What are you talking about? I already have a job, but I don't have to worry about my salary.
Oh, you do right now. But I imagine that it'll be hard for a 43-year-old man to find a new job in a completely different profession to the one you've been working in up until now. I wonder if you really will be able to get enough income to buy something as expensive and high maintenance as a house. I think that's a bit worrying.
What are you on about? Why would I have to get a new job? I don't plan on resigning from my current position. I'm going to be the next CEO. Why would I resign and give up such a great chance to be at the top of my company?
It looks like you've conveniently forgotten that you got that job in the company thanks to me introducing you to my dad. He managed to get you a position because he owned the company. It wasn't because you passed the interview on your own merit, you know.
What? So what? Well, that doesn't mean that I'm going to lose the job I have now.
No, it means there's no reason to keep you on. You're going to get fired. So how do you plan on buying a house?
What are you talking about? Of course they can't fire me. They need me. They need someone to take over the business. Your dad's already retired and they don't have any other candidates. So I'm going to become the next CEO. Why would they risk running the business ashore just by getting rid of the person who's supposed to be in charge next?
You got this job thanks to your connections. Nothing will change that. Even after he retired, he got you that job. He can still remove you from that position. He was one of the founding members of the company, so he still has more than enough power and influence over the decisions made in the company. It'll be easy for him to get rid of an employee that will, if anything, be the cause of ruining the company's reputation if it's found out that you were having an affair. I've already notified him of everything, including the fact that you were cheating on me, and he's not pleased at all.
You didn't? You told him?
It looks like you're gonna get fired after all, so I suggest you refrain from doing anything irresponsible like buying a house when you don't have enough money to do so.
Stop messing around, Melissa. Am I really going to get fired? They can't actually do that, can they? What's going to happen to me? Your dad can't still have that much influence. It's already been years since he's retired, and the current board wouldn't get rid of me that easily. It was decided when I started working at that company that I would be employed to one day become the CEO when I was ready. They can't just take that away from me.
That was only because you were my husband and happened to have experience in this field of work. But even if you don't become CEO, my little brother's waiting in the wings to take over. And think about it. Why do you think you still haven't become the CEO after all these years of working for the company? It's because they haven't yet decided that you're ready to take over. I guess you got lazy once you thought that you would one day automatically become CEO and haven't been putting any effort into your work. As for me, I've been helping out with managing the real estate my dad's been purchasing, so I actually do have my own income. I've been doing what I can to help the family business in my own way. But you're the only one who hasn't been pulling his own weight, and you have the gall to think that this company needs you? Don't make me laugh. My brother's experience in this profession is much less than yours, but he's showing a lot more promise. I'm sure he'll make a great CEO.
What are you talking about? I'm the one that's going to become CEO, not your incompetent little brother. You seriously can't be telling me that I'm going to be kicked out of my own home and my company. Is this all your revenge because I filed the divorce papers without telling you? Because this is going too far. Did you forget that I've been taking care of you this entire time that we've been together? But this is how you repay me? Don't you understand the concept of separating on good terms? Because you've completely wrecked it.
I've been thinking about divorce since before you brought it up to me a few days ago. I know the reason why now, but I had been bothered by how distant you'd been these last few months. I had a feeling that we wouldn't last for any longer, and I wanted us to part as friends. That was until your girlfriend messaged me.
What? Amelia contacted you? When?
The evening you told me you wanted a divorce. It seems she hadn't heard from you that you had already given me the divorce papers and started insisting that I hurry up and let you go. Apparently, she had taken a look at your contacts and took my phone number down when you weren't looking. I had accepted internally that the divorce was because we had grown apart over the years, so I was shocked when I had found that you had been cheating on me, and with a 20-year-old. If I didn't know about Amelia, maybe I would have been much more willing to end this marriage on good terms. But not anymore. I'm going to take what I can from this divorce, because all you've done is take advantage of my dad and I, and then humiliated me by choosing some gold digger over me. There's no going back now.
What do you mean there's no going back?
I mean, you've already filed the divorce papers, so the battle has already begun. And thanks to Amelia's cooperation, I have proof of your affair.
What? You have proof? What did she send you?
Photographs of the two of you together. Definitive evidence of your relationship, which will come in handy when we go to court. She even sent me screenshots of your disgusting conversations online. I don't know if it's because she wanted to prove how much more you love her than you love me, but she sent me everything I asked her for. Strangely, it makes it difficult for me to actually hate her. I just pity how stupidly naive she is. That must be why it was so easy for you to deceive her into thinking that you could give her everything. It's a shame that she is going to waste her precious 20s with a piece of crap like you. She should run away as fast as she possibly can. I did warn her, but all she would talk about was the house and all the brand items she was going to get you to buy her. It was very obvious that the material wealth she'd gained was all she was thinking about.
You're lying. Amelia loves me. You're just jealous because I found true love. You don't even understand that what we have together is real.
Grow up, Robert. Take a good look at reality. She's only with you because she thinks that you're going to be living in this house and believes that you're going to be CEO. Anyway, I've already warned you, so what you do with that information is up to you. I'll give you your divorce, but I'm going to take what I can in compensation and alimony. I've already hired a lawyer and shown them the proof that I got from Amelia. They say it looks very promising and assure me that we'll have a winning chance in court. That's actually what I wanted to talk about today. But you still haven't come home, so it's fine. You don't have to come back.
Really? I didn't know that. I would have come home sooner if I knew that you wanted to talk about the divorce.
Well, I didn't expect you to file the divorce papers without telling me. But to be honest, it probably worked out better this way. If you had realized what would happen to the house and your job before you filed them, you probably would have made a fuss and refused to go through with it. You actually saved me a lot of trouble for once. Oh, before I forget, I should probably warn you that if you're thinking about getting a job in the same profession, it's not gonna work. You'll have to start over in a completely different field.
What? You're not even going to give me a chance to find another job?
Thanks to my dad, it'll be impossible for you to pass any interview at any business that has connection to my dad's company.
You can't be serious. You're already taking everything from me in the divorce, and now you're going to ruin my prospects of getting a job? I've been working in this profession for over 15 years, since before I married you. And I spent the last few years working in your dad's company because they needed me. What am I supposed to do from now on?
How should I know? Maybe you should have worked a little harder even after you were promised the position of CEO. And maybe if you weren't so irresponsible with your payments to my dad, and if you hadn't cheated on me, none of this would have ever happened. You're just going to have to start from square one and find a job in a completely different field. Good luck.
Good luck? Don't talk to me as though this has nothing to do with you. This is all your fault. You're the reason why my life is falling apart right now. You can change everything if you just tell my dad to give me my job back.
My fault? Do you really believe that? If you do, then it just shows that there's no hope for you. It's all your own responsibility. Even if I didn't find out about you cheating on me, your passive attitude towards work was reason enough for my dad to want you out of his company. But it is true that the affair was the final straw. My dad would have never let you get away with cheating on me. In the end, it was because you couldn't control your girlfriend and stop her from bragging to me. If you really wanted us to divorce on good terms, you should have kept her on a short leash. Or rather, you should have kept yourself on a short leash and not cheated on me in the first place, you dumbass. I don't even want to look at your face, so don't come back here. If you want your stuff, I'll have it all sent to your girlfriend's place. Don't ever show up here again. If you want something, go through my lawyer.
Wait, Melissa, please! Are you really being serious? You're just saying all this to scare me, right? I learned my lesson. I was wrong, it was completely my fault. I'll never do anything to betray you ever again, so please don't kick me out. I still love you after all. The thing I had with Amelia was just a fling. I mean, come on, I was never actually in love with her. Of course I'd never be able to love anyone other than you. Please!
I thought that you said you'd found true love. It's funny how quickly you changed your mind. But too bad. I'm not interested in getting back together just so you can take advantage of me and my dad again. I won't ask you to pay for the house. So please pay up in compensation. I hope you enjoy the rest of your life with your young, pretty little girlfriend. Though I doubt a girl like her will stick around for much longer if you're an old, homeless, and unemployed. After speaking to her father about her husband's affair, and informing him that Robert had forgotten about how he owed them for his job in his home, Melissa's father had Robert removed from his company, and made it known to his associates that he didn't recommend Robert for employment. That made it difficult for Robert to find any jobs in the same profession, and he had nowhere to turn after Melissa changed the locks on their front door. He would really have to start from square one in a field that he was unfamiliar with, and it would probably be a while before he would be earning enough to buy his own house, let alone a house that would please Amelia. Amelia herself was still living at her parents' house, so she was furious when all his stuff was sent to her address. When she found out that she wouldn't be able to move out of her parents and live in a mansion, her lovey-dovey attitude towards Robert changed by 180 degrees, and she began to call him a dirty old man and told him to never call her again. Just like Melissa had anticipated, Robert was thrown away by Amelia in a matter of days, and he really was left with nothing. It seems that the true love he was talking about wasn't so true after all. In the end, he couldn't find another job, and when he went to ask his parents for help, they refused to help him, telling him that he had humiliated them by behaving so selfishly. He couldn't even ask them if he could stay with them, and really did end up becoming homeless. Apparently he's in despair after losing his home, wife, girlfriend, and his job, but he's only got himself to blame, since none of this would have ever happened if he had treated his wife with the respect she was due. Everything that happened to him was pure karma, so let's hope that he can reflect on his actions and do better in the future.
Miss Jackie, why aren't you home yet? What are you going to do for dinner?
I'm still at work. I'm pretty sure I told you yesterday I'm going to be coming home late today.
So, what about my dinner? Hurry up and come home already.
John's going to be coming home early today. He'll be cooking for you. I think you should be home soon.
I see. John is cooking today. You know, I've always kept it to myself, but you should stop that kind of thing from happening.
Excuse me?
Making your husband cook dinner. You realize that he's not some kind of stay-at-home wife, right? You should hurry up and hurry home. That way you can make dinner for everyone.
I have to work too, though. I can't just leave work to cook. Besides, we've always both worked.
Our mom is really sick often too. So we're gonna need you to make up for her since she can't clean or cook. Is there really a point in you living with us if you don't do that?
I don't live here to be your live-in maid. Also, the only reason that I'm at work at all is because we wanted to make our main house a duplex and we needed funds. John took out a loan with his salary, so we're paying that back with his job. Most of the regular day-to-day expenses are covered by my income. I think we'd be in a tough place if I didn't work.
Of course. You need to work hard. You better work hard to pay for us. You're a stranger who married into the family, and we're letting you stay at our house. That's reason enough for you to be thankful for us.
Well, actually, John is paying for the house mortgage, so I don't think that expression is really appropriate or even applicable to the situation at all.
You're such a smart ass. You need to work hard. make money for our family, and also do all the household chores perfectly. That's your job. Stop being spoiled by John and work harder, damn it. If you don't work hard, you'll have to leave.
Yeah, about work. I don't think I'll be able to work for a while. So I don't think I can cover living expenses anymore.
Huh? Why not?
I found out that I'm pregnant. I have a baby in my belly right now, so in a few more months, I'm going to be taking maternity leave. So my income is going to go down. We'll have to ask you to work a little bit for everyone, too.
What? My own home? I'm letting some stranger live in my house? And that's your attitude? What do you mean your income is going to go down? You need to work harder. Work! You don't need kids. Go get an abortion right now.
What? Are you being serious right now?
Just because you're pregnant, don't assume everyone's going to be happy. You're dead wrong if you think that. If you make less money than you do now, then you'll be kicked out of this house.
I don't think that that's something that you're able to decide.
Just because my dad is kind, I can't let you take advantage of him any more than you already do. If you make less money, you will be chased out of this house. You understand? If you don't like that, then you need to go get rid of that thing in your stomach. I will not allow you to take off your job, Missy. Imagine a wife that doesn't put any money into her husband's house. There's no reason to keep you around. You will be leaving this house.
I know that you don't like me, Susan. I kind of figured that all along, but I can't believe it. This miracle of life, and that's how you're going to talk about it? You've actually surprised me. That's way out of line, Missy.
What are you talking about? My logic is completely flawless. I'm letting you live at our house. It's only fair for you to bring in money for our family. If you're going to be making less and putting in less money, then you don't need to give up on a child.
You're the worst. I'm just going to be honest with you. I'm not like you at all.
What do you mean? Are you trying to say something?
You basically abandoned your own child. You gave your ex-husband custody of your child really fast. Then you ran back into your parents' house.
You realize how tough it is to raise a child?
That may be so, but you neglected your own child and cheated. Then you were sued by your husband for having an affair, and now you have no money. So you come back to your parents' house, and you heard that John and I, with your parents, will be building a duplex to live together. And you suddenly start demanding for your own room too. But you don't pay a single penny. We had John take out a loan with his salary, and you still don't bring in or put any money into the family. What do you want me to do about it?
All of my money is still going to pay off damages and also paying child support.
You say that you're letting me live here? That's your favorite thing to tell me, but let's be real. The person who's mooching here is you, right? We're letting you live here. I pay for daily expenses. And the retirement from Dad? All of that money you lost in the divorce settlement. Yeah, guess where his retirement went? We were always concerned with Mom's health because she didn't feel well, so we wanted to live with her, or at least close to her. Living with you, though, Susan, that was never part of the plan to begin with.
What the hell? I'm just staying at my parents' house. What's the big deal about that?
I'll tell you what. You don't pay a single penny and you don't take care of anything around the house. You let Mom do all of that, so she got even sicker than before, right?
Right now, you're the one that's in charge of that. So who cares? It doesn't matter anymore.
You're also using the money we put into the family account, right?
What?
You use Mom's card, you withdraw money without telling us, right?
Of course not. Stop saying things that ain't true.
We already know the truth, you understand that. Everyone in the family knows. But they were all family, so I guess that they just wanted to pretend that they didn't see it. I, however, like you tell me so often, am not family. You're just some bitch who tells me to abort my child. So I don't want to get along with you at all. Please leave this house right now.
Excuse me? Are you trying to chase me out? You realize that you have no right or power to do that, right? This house is my father's house. I have a right to live here.
Sorry to break it to you, but that house is actually in John's name right now.
What? Are you serious?
When we were taking out a loan for the house, we changed the title to John from your father.
I didn't know that. But that doesn't matter. It's where I grew up, so I will not be leaving this house. Where is John anyway? And when the hell are you coming home? I'm getting really hungry.
I just reached out to John a second ago. We're going to execute our plan that we have agreed on a while back.
Plan?
Unfortunately for you, you're going to be thrown out of this house within the week.
Are you messing with me? I can't leave this house that soon.
I'm pregnant now. I don't want to have any unwanted stress anymore. You dirty the house every day, and yet I'm the one cleaning up after you. If I don't clean up immediately, you're quick to complain. You even start complaining about my cooking, too. I don't want to raise my child in this sort of environment with you in it. Your room will be used as our child's room. We'll be throwing out anything that you leave behind.
What are you talking about? You can talk all you want, but I have no intention of leaving.
John and Dad just signed a lease to a house in your name.
What? What are you talking about?
You're almost 40. I think you know how to live alone. At least I would hope that you know. We've already decided on a house, so you need to pack your things and head out. I'll tell you the address later, so hurry up and get packing.
Stop saying things I don't understand. Why am I having to move?
I think I've already explained why we don't want you in the house. You still don't understand? Some old lady who's almost 40 and mooches off her parents' money is kind of trouble for us. You understand?
What the hell is that attitude? Stop looking down on people, you idiot.
I'm just being logical. You've always been complaining about me every day, but you don't need to worry about that anymore. You should be happy, honestly. You don't like the way I clean or my cooking, right? I'm a formal employee who works late every single day, full-time, and I have to clean your underwear when you work about 4 days a week part-time. It just didn't really make sense to me.
Stop acting like you're all that just because you're a formal employee.
I'm not acting like I'm all that, but as severance, I paid for all of the down payments and initial fees. So you're welcome. Please don't mess with us, including your father. We're not going to help you out anymore, so don't count on us. Also, just so you know, I'll be expecting my money to be returned when you can start making your own money.
Are you seriously telling me to leave? Who's going to be paying the rent then?
You will be paying the rent. I don't know why I'm explaining this to someone who's almost 40. I don't want to see you anymore, so I'll be at my parents' house until you're out of the house. I don't want to be around someone who tells me that I should abort my child. So please leave by the weekend.
I don't want to leave. I don't have any money. I can't survive on my own. I'll just convince Dad when he gets home. I'm not going to be leaving.
I don't think you're going to be able to convince him. I told him about how you told me to abort my child, and he's not happy to hear about that. I also told John, too. Neither one of them are your friend at the moment. You might even be chased out today. You won't be able to move into your new home until the weekend, so if you are chased out, maybe you should consider just camping outside. Good luck and goodbye. Here's to your real single life. After John and her dad came home, they found Susan with her eyes swollen from crying. She tried to cry her way out of this to convince them to let her stay, but the normally quiet and calm dad yelled at her like he had seen her murder someone. Susan was frozen in place. He proceeded to throw out all of her luggage outside of the house. He wasn't too happy with her. Apparently, he was also at the end of his patience with Susan's behavior. She ended up having to leave the next morning. Jackie finally came back to the house, and they continued living life quietly and peacefully. Susan had to pay for her child support and rent and just general day-to-day expenses. But she couldn't make the money, so she had been adding shifts to her part-time job and working day and night to survive.
Amy, how are you? What are you doing right now? Hurry up and answer my messages. I know you're not busy. I bet you're just lying around doing nothing.
Helen, hi. I'm fine. Hope you're well too. I'm sorry that I couldn't get to the phone quicker. I was driving. I need to prepare dinner when I get home, so I'm just out and doing groceries shopping.
What about your son? Is he with you?
Your parents were kind enough to offer to watch him. They're at home right now. Will loves his grandparents, so it's good for them to have some quality time together.
Oh, I knew it. Don't give me that excuse. You don't think it's quality time for them. You're just being lazy.
I don't understand what you're trying to say.
You're making my mom take care of your son, aren't you? Because you can't be bothered to take care of him yourself, right? I bet you just moved in with my parents because you knew they'd offer to watch him and wanted to take advantage of their kindness.
That wasn't the reason why we decided to move into your parents' house, but it's true that they've been really supportive. It's thanks to them that I can go on my part-time job without worrying about Will. I'm really grateful for their help.
Good for you. You've only got one kid, but you've got all the help you can get. You can leave him with your husband's parents and do whatever you like. Usually, people only ask grandparents for help when they really need it, considering their age. But you think you can use them as much as you like because you're so important. How arrogant can you get?
I don't know where you got that idea, but that's not true. I'm not doing whatever I like, and I'm only relying on them because your brother has to go on long-term business trips for work. David's the one who first suggested we move in with your parents because he's away so much. I'm doing as many of the chores as I can when I'm at home, and of course I wish I could be at home all the time so I don't have to ask them to watch Will. But I don't want to be completely reliant on them for money either, so I want to earn some money so that I can cover some of the bills myself.
Oh, come on. You're not as good a liar as you think you are, Amy. I know that you don't actually think any of that. You just want a part-time job so that my parents will think that you're working hard. You just want to take advantage of them.
I can't believe that you'd think I was just using them. I really am just doing what I think is right.
I have 3 children, you know, and they want to see their grandparents too. But because you're living with my parents, I can't visit. Do you know how long it's been since they last all saw each other? My parents haven't even met my youngest. Do you understand? It's all your fault. You're getting in the way of my children's quality time with my parents. You're splitting up a family because you can't be bothered to take care of one kid.
I think it's amazing that you're able to take care of 3 children. I don't know how you do it without the help. You could come visit whenever you like, but the reason why you can't come and stay is because your second son is allergic to your parents' dog, isn't he?
That's not the problem. Were you even listening to me? Why do you always have to interrupt me with the most irrelevant comments? Anyway, back to the conversation. I'm going to move in with my parents. I want you out. Right now.
Excuse me? I'm sorry, this is all so sudden. I can't keep up. What are you talking about? Why do I have to move out?
What's so hard to understand? I'm telling you to leave. Is it so bad for me to want to live with my own parents?
I'm not saying it's bad, I just don't understand. You're saying that you want to move in with your parents and live with them in the same house?
Of course, that's what I mean. What else could move in mean? Are you an idiot? Why do I have to explain such a simple sentence? I'm moving in. Capiche?
I'm sorry, I was just surprised. Do you mean that you'll be moving in with your family? Your kids too? What will you do about Ricky's dog allergy?
That's right. Do you really think I'd leave my children behind? You don't have to worry about that. I'll get my parents to give the dog away. It's as simple as that. My children are more important.
But your parents love their dog. I think they'd be really sad to part ways. Does your husband agree with all of this? Won't it be tougher for him to get to work if he lives farther away from his office?
My husband will be fine. It's none of your business, but he won't be living with us. He'll be living by himself.
Okay. Do you mean that he'll be going away on business like David?
Like I said, it got nothing to do with you. You really are so nosy. Why can't you just shut up and accept what I've decided?
You're right, I'm sorry, I shouldn't have asked. My curiosity got the better of me. But if you're going to move in, then have you already spoken to your parents? I haven't heard anything from them about any of this, so I was wondering if it might have slipped their minds to mention it. Or maybe you hadn't spoken to them about it yet.
I'll tell them when I feel like it. It's not like they need a warning or anything. They're my parents, not yours. They'll be delighted to hear that I'm coming home. And I'm the eldest daughter. It's my job to take care of my parents. They'll feel much more at ease with me taking care of them rather than a complete stranger. That way they can see their favorite grandchildren too. So I'm asking you to leave. You're just in the way.
I'm sorry, what? You haven't told them anything?
I don't have to. All I have to do is make sure you and your stuff are out of my parents' house so that I can move in. We can't all live in there together. It'll be too cramped. I'm their daughter and have 3 children, so I take precedence. You may have married my brother, but that doesn't make you more important than me. I move in and you and your son move out. Simple as that.
Even if you say that, it's not something that can be done straight away or even in a few days. If that's what you were planning, then you should have mentioned something or given me a warning or at least asked for your family's opinion. Have you spoken to David?
Of course I haven't. Don't you know where your own husband is? He's on the other side of the world. How am I supposed to get in touch with him without losing sleep? Do you really want me to bother him with something so trivial while he's working? And you call yourself his wife. Why can't you just accept what I've told you to do? You can tell David when he gets home from his business trip.
I understand that you don't want to bother him, but if you haven't spoken to David or your own parents, how did you decide all of this? You can't just decide by yourself. That's way too self-centered.
Of course I decided by myself. My mom and dad have no reason to say no to me. They love me the most. I may be an adult, but I still have them wrapped around my little finger. If they hear that they'll get to live with me and their grandchildren, they'll be overjoyed. That's why I should be the one living with them, not you. Do you understand, or was that too difficult for you as well?
That might be true, but you can't honestly think that you can just decide that behind all of our backs.
You may not realize it, but you're causing a lot of trouble for my mom by making her take care of your son. He's only turned 1 recently, right? Do you know how hard it is for someone my mom's age to watch a kid that young? I can't just stand by and watch as you take advantage of my mom.
You're right, I've caused her a lot of trouble, and I'm really grateful for all the time she's dealt with Will's tantrums and hyperactiveness while I've been at work. But you can't decide this without her opinion. Besides, your youngest is still only 6 months old, isn't she? I think that would be more of a burden.
Oh, shut up. You think you're better than me, but you're not. Unlike someone, I actually stay at home and take care of my own kids, rather than go out to work and waste my time. I won't ask my mom to babysit. I take pride in taking care of my kids myself.
Neither one of us is better than the other. I respect you for being a stay-at-home mom with 3 kids. I happen to go out to work a part-time job, but why does that mean that I'm wasting my time? We're each doing what we think we should do in our own situations. Isn't that enough? Either way, I can't up and leave so easily.
Why not?
Because where am I supposed to go? How am I supposed to move all of mine and David's stuff without any help from David? Maybe I could move out after David comes back, but I can't find a place at such short notice, and I can't accept a decision you made without consulting any of us.
You can leave David's things. He's family, after all. We'll store his things carefully until he comes back. You just have to take your stuff, your son, and get out.
You're being unreasonable. Why do I have to move out right now?
Because I can't forgive people like you who try and take advantage of my parents' kindness. Just because they offer to babysit doesn't mean you can use them like they're a daycare service. I never liked you, even before you married David, but I thought I should respect his choice of partner. Now I know that I should have made more of an argument against you when I had the chance. That laid-back attitude of yours really pisses me off.
I'm sorry, our conversation wasn't going anywhere, so I asked if anyone knew why you'd suddenly start acting like this, and your husband told me what's been going on. I heard that you're going to get divorced. That's why you're so desperate to kick me out, isn't it?
What? What are you talking about? Why would you talk to my husband behind my back?
When I asked your mom, she told me that she hadn't heard anything about you planning to move in and confirmed that she hadn't agreed to anything like that. She didn't understand why you were being so aggressive towards me. She hadn't seen you in person for a while and was worried about you, so she called your husband to ask about you. He told her about the divorce and a lot of other things.
My mom did? Seriously? She called my husband? What else did she hear?
She found out that your husband went to stay with his parents until the divorce is over. He told us that he had asked you to move out as soon as possible because he can't keep on going to work from his parents' house, and because he doesn't want to see you anymore. That's why you suddenly decided that you wanted to move in with your parents, but didn't tell them anything because you wanted to avoid telling them why you're getting a divorce.
Yeah, so what? It's private. It's none of your business. I don't have to explain myself to you. All you have to do is hurry up and leave so that I can move in.
You want to move in because you have nowhere else to go. All that talk about not trusting me and not being able to forgive me for using your parents was all just an excuse to cover up your own mistakes. You don't even know what condition your parents are in.
What? What are you talking about? What do you mean my parents' condition? They're fine.
Your dad isn't as fine as you think. I'm the one that's currently taking care of him.
Huh? Taking care of him? Why are you acting like that's such a special thing? Of course you should be taking care of him. Don't be lazy.
It's a lot more serious than that. I mean that ever since he collapsed last year, he's needed more support doing day-to-day tasks. It seems like you were just satisfied that he was still alive, so you never came to see how he was doing. You don't know it, but he's been really frail. It's the main reason why David and I decided that we should move in with your parents, because it would be too difficult for your mom to take care of him by herself, and it would be easier on us if we were in the same house rather than going to visit several times a week.
I didn't know that he needed care. What? Does he need help going to the toilet? Why didn't you tell me that sooner?
I would have told you, but you never asked. You didn't seem to care about your parents' needs since you always only contacted them when you needed something, and whenever your mom calls, you always let it go to voicemail. You may not know this, but she always is so disappointed that she can never even hear your voice.
Sometimes I just can't get to the phone. What's so bad about that? Give me a break.
Like when? Like when you're having an affair, for example? I can imagine that would be really awkward for you to answer the phone when you're busy with a guy that isn't your husband.
What? I'm not having an affair. Did my husband say that I was having an affair? Because he's lying.
You cheated and got pregnant, and when Haley was born, your youngest daughter's dad is the man you're having an affair with.
Of course not.
But that's the reason why you're getting divorced, right? He already told us that he filed for a fault divorce because he didn't want to have to suffer the whole separation period, which means that your husband already has evidence, like a DNA test. There's no point trying to pretend you didn't do anything wrong. Your mom didn't know, of course, and was apologizing to your husband. She didn't think that you were selfish enough to break up your own family, but that's exactly what you've done. Your husband was surprised that your parents didn't know anything, too.
Ugh, you're so annoying. But, just like you said, there's no point pretending it never happened if you know the truth. Will you lend me some money?
What? Where did that come from?
You got a part-time job, right? So you must have some money to spare. I need to borrow some. I can't pay off the damages to my husband by myself. Ugh, he demanded a lot, even though he knows I haven't been working since we married. Oh, and I'm planning to move into my parents' house at the end of the month, so I'll give you until then to get rid of your stuff. I'd be grateful if you prepared some money for me to borrow then, too.
What are you talking about? Do you really think I'll do anything for you now I know why you're asking for all of this? Plus, your mom is saying that she won't let you kick us out, especially since I'm clearly more willing to be your dad's caregiver. Maybe you should just find a job and rent your own apartment instead of assuming that everyone around you will clean up after you.
But I don't want to. Do you expect me to get a job in a supermarket or something? That's so embarrassing. And it'll be hard to find an apartment that's suitable for kids.
Your husband was saying that he would take custody of the children. He's already taken the older two with him to his parents, hasn't he? You might as well just let him take Haley too, since he's offering. He has the means to raise them. You don't. You need to do something about that first.
If I give up all my children, I won't be able to demand that he pay child support. I can't do anything without that. He makes a lot of money, so I can demand as much as I want.
Are you being serious? Is that the only reason why you want to take your kids back? Because you won't be able to receive child support without them? You want to use your children to get money. What kind of mother are you? Anyway, I've just spoken to David. He agrees with me that we shouldn't support you financially. You need to get a job and work for it yourself. If you really love your children, you'd understand that that's what's best for them too, now that you're divorced. Besides, we don't have money to spare. We're saving so that we can get my license as a caregiver. That way I can get benefits for taking care of your dad and I won't have to go to work. I can support him full time. I imagine that's impossible for you, so give up on moving in with your parents.
Then what am I supposed to do? I won't have anywhere to go.
Why don't you ask your paramour?
He has a family too. I can't ask him for money. Are you an idiot?
Clearly you're the idiot, since you've been asking me for money and more this entire conversation. Anyway, we're not going to support you at all. You've just got to sort things out yourself. If you really want to live with your parents and really do want to kick us out, you should consider that if you do that, you'll have to take care of your dad 24/7. He needs a lot of care and you'll need a lot of resolve.
Ugh, I can't do that.
Your mom was doing her best all by herself until we moved in, but it was becoming a strain on her, and that's why I've taken over most of the responsibilities. It's easier on her to take care of a 1-year-old that only weighs a few kilos rather than a grown man. So yeah, I don't think you can either. But you're the one that said the eldest daughter should take care of her own parents, remember?
Then you should just call a professional to do that.
Then can you provide the money for that service?
No, I can't, but...
Then stop being so irresponsible.
Oh, fine. I won't try and kick you out. So just lend me some money. That's all I ask. I'll pay you back, I swear. You can trust me. I need to pay my husband or he'll take all of my children from me. You understand, don't you? You're a mother too. How would you feel if you were about to lose your children? I can't give them up.
I don't understand at all. I don't understand the feelings of someone who prioritizes their affair over their own children. Your husband told us that you left your children unattended while you went out to meet with your lover. And you only want your children back because you want child support so you don't have to work. I don't want to understand how your brain works at all. If you won't take care of your dad or even try, and you don't have the money to pay for a professional, then you should try taking care of yourself first and get a job. Maybe if you show that you're willing to pay, your husband will let you pay installments instead. You'll learn more about being a decent human being if you learn that there are consequences to your actions.
What do I do about my children? What about the child support?
You're still going on about the child support? If that's all you can think of, then you've got a long way to go. And I suggest that if you care at all for your children, you'll let your husband take custody. They deserve that much at least. If someone as irresponsible as you raises them, I hate to imagine what kind of people they'll grow into. Anyways, do your best. Good luck with your job search. I hope you're happy. Helen finally gave up on trying to force Amy out of her parents' house, but she hadn't learned her lesson and called her mother to try and convince her to help her. Of course, her mother wasn't interested in hearing her excuses and only told her what Amy had been messaging her all this time. Helen was told that she couldn't depend on her parents to save her because she was a grown woman and needed to fix her own mess. Her mother even went so far as to tell her to never come home. It looks like Helen's own parents had gotten sick of her taking advantage of their love for her and warned her to never expect them to lend her money or run errands for her ever again. In the end, her 2 older children were taken by her husband, and she couldn't demand that he pay child support since her youngest daughter wasn't actually his. Her lover wouldn't acknowledge that Haley was his daughter either because he had a family, so nobody was obliged to pay child support. Haley was stuck with Helen as her mother. so Amy decided that she would sometimes visit them to see if Helen was actually working and doing her best to raise her daughter. Helen seems to have finally accepted her fate and is working day and night to pay her husband his settlement and to raise Haley.